Hello, this is Jane Goodall, and I'm here to take part in the International Day of the Oceans. I'm usually talking about protecting rainforests, but oceans are equally important. They cover about 70% of our planet, and without them we couldn't survive. They are the greatest source of oxygen, and they help to tackle climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. They're home to an amazing diversity of plant and animal life. Millions of people depend on fishing and other marine life for their source of protein and their livelihood. Yet we've only recently begun to uncover the secrets of landscapes and vibrant life below the surface of the water. Indeed, isn't it mad? We know more about the surface of Mars than the valleys and mountains and plains that make up the landscapes where so many plants and animals go about their business unseen beneath the water. The problem today is that we have been for a long time destroying this underwater ecosystem, just as we're destroying and have been destroying ecosystems on land. As a result of commercial fishing, the use of drift nets and bottom dredging, this is pushing some species towards extinction. And many fish that are of no commercial value are caught up in the nets and then just thrown back dead into the ocean. And whales, dolphins, sea turtles, and seagulls die as a result of getting entangled in nets or abandoned fishing line. Moreover, we're polluting the oceans. Agricultural, industrial, and household waste, much of it toxic, is washed down the polluted rivers into the ocean. Cruise ships have been dumping waste into the sea for years. And think of the giant islands of plastic and other garbage that we now know are out there in the ocean. Many marine creatures think a plastic bag is a jellyfish, particularly a single-use plastic bag. They swallow it and mostly die. Today, most marine creatures are contaminated with the tiny plastic particles known as microplastics that, as the plastic disintegrates, flood out into the ocean. Almost all the seafood we eat is contaminated in this way. It's not a very appetizing thought, is it? As we continue to pump carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, the ocean is absorbing amounts that cause acidification, and this causes a change in the chemistry of the water. And this means that mollusks and coral reefs are unable to build their shells, their skeletons, due to lack of carbonates. And this causes disruption to much marine life, and it also affects the lives of people who rely on the trading of oysters, clams, and so on for their livelihoods. And on top of this, because of global warming, sea levels are rising. And as the water heats up, so it expands. And in addition, the glaciers and polar ice is melting and water is flowing into the ocean. And so already some people are losing their homes at high tide, or especially in storms. They're no longer habitable because of rising sea levels. And the shorelines in many places are being slowly eroded away. So having said all this gloomy news, I hope I've convinced you how important it is that we start working together to save our oceans. And that's why the project initiated by JGI, Jane Goodall Institute, Taiwan, about a year ago, Roots and Shoots, The Ocean is Us, that's why it's so important. It's funded and supported by the Deutsche Bank. Its ambitious goal is to initiate roots and shoots programs in schools right along the coast, with the goal of learning about the ocean and the important role it plays, and discussing ways that we can help the deteriorating situation. How? Well, collecting plastic that's washed up onto the beach, finding ways to prevent waste flowing into the rivers and from there into the ocean, lobbying legislators to ban and enforce the single-use plastic bags, encouraging recycling and reusing, and refusing to eat the most endangered fish, such as swordfish, and refusing shark's fin soup, because sharks are endangered, many species are, and they are such an important part of the marine ecosystem. So, on this International Day of Oceans, I urge many of you, all of you, to take some part in this initiative. You don't need to be on the coast to play a role. We have to prevent plastic and other pollutants from getting into the rivers and so into the ocean. And we can all learn about the amazing species living in the sea. If you haven't watched the documentary called My Octopus Teacher, please watch it. It turns out, and we know a lot about this now, that the octopus is the most amazing and the most intelligent creature. It will blow your mind. Roots and Shoots members are making a difference in so many ways, in so many environments, helping people, animals, and the environment. And helping to protect the ocean is so very important to the future of all life on Earth. Thank you.